Facebook is getting ready. Well, I got up early this morning. God knows why. I was already up at 7 or 8 in the morning. And although it's not a good time to be singing, for sure. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it happens to be in your time zone. I'm Rachel Limor, so I was saying that I got up early this morning. I'm not quite sure why. I think because I went to bed early. And I guess I got enough sleep. My eyes are a little blurry this morning, but I'm going actually to try out that eye surgery. I don't know, I hope I can get rid of glasses. Wouldn't that be cool? After all these years. My whole family did it. Maybe it's my turn now, finally. Anyway, we'll see what happens on Thursday. So this is the third segment. This is part 3, session number 3 of my songcatching, songwriting, music making series that I just started last week. And I'm sharing what it's like to be a musician, what it's like to have a musical life, what it's like to receive songs and to be able to share what you receive from the outer limits, from the energy outside of us, bring it through us and into this world. And hi creative, hope to see you soon. And so this is the part 3 of my songwriting, songcatching series. So I'm going to introduce you to all of these concepts, all of these topics about singing and songwriting, having a musical life, sharing musical experiences. What does music bring us in this world? And how does it help us? And as school systems take away budgets for the arts, it's a shame. We need to remember how important music and the arts are in our psyche, in our souls, in our society, in our communities. So that's just a side note. The song I'm going to present today is called Belong. I present all of my original music this way, one song per session. And the song today is called Belong. Belong. It was written in 2002, and it's been kind of in my head for the past couple of days. I missed a few days, sorry. I was going to do this every day, but I missed a few days because I'm working on a music video. Very excited about that. A song, my most recently produced song, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because you'll see the video when it comes out, hopefully next week. And it's going to be presented in a festival, so that will be very exciting, based in Sweden, so that will be very exciting. And we'll see what happens. But even in any case, it's very exciting to be making a music video of my own music, because as an actor and a model here in South Korea, I also participate in other people's videos, so here I'm getting my own made. So that's very exciting. Anyway, back to the subject. This song is called Belong. For the guitarists out there, the musicians, it's in the key of E, but I'm actually got the capo on, and I'm playing the chord formation for the key of D. So I hope you can see what I'm doing on the guitar, and I apologize to Facebook if my head is partly cut off, because I want you to see the guitar as well. So without further ado, I tend to talk a lot, I will play this song, Belong, and then we'll talk about it and how it came about. So again, Belong, written in 2002 by myself, Rahel, also known as Anne Silverman-Limor, and Rachel Silverman-Limor. It's got a chorus in it, and And if you want to sing along once you learn it, many people do. When this is actually put up, I will put the words and everything in the box. Now the sun is rising in the east, ever slowly I arise from a peaceful slumber. I have ceased. The daylight greets my eyes. In the quiet of the early morn, the birds sing their early morning song, catching moments just as they are born. Yes, this is where I belong. And the wind whispers softly in my ear, telling stories only I can hear. In these precious moments, everything just seems so clear. Yes, this is where I belong. This is where I belong. Now the sun is setting in the west. The sky is turning deeper shades of blue. From the hustle bustle I can rest and sing this loving song to you. And the wind whispers softly in my ear, telling stories only I can hear. In these precious moments, everything just seems so clear. Yes, this is where I belong. This is where I belong. Crickets chirping softly everywhere. Oh, how I love their song. I breathe the sweetness of the evening air. Yes, this is where I belong. And the wind whispers softly in my ear, telling stories only I can hear. In these precious moments, everything just seems so clear. Yes, this is where I belong. Yes, this is where I belong. Yes, this is where I belong. This is where I belong. I hope you like that song. I know it's probably very relaxing, very soothing, and if it made you, if you felt like sleeping, even that's okay. One thing that I did learn is that my songs are very soothing and relaxing. Thank you. And I thought that I was boring and I was boring people, and then I realized that no, actually, my music is relaxing people. So, in a stressed world that we live in this chaotic, crazy world, it's sometimes really useful to be able to relax, and if music helps you do that, then that's a good thing. And I found out that really I should have been doing therapeutic music, which is a field that I went into in 2004, and became a certified clinical musician, and playing music in hospitals and hospices and alternative venues, and just for anybody who could benefit from that kind of therapy, musical, we call it energetic medicine, music medicine. So that's what I ended up doing since 2004. Now in South Korea, I'm not able to do that so much because I don't yet speak enough Korean. But one must be able to communicate. Music is, of course, one of the higher forms of communication, no matter what. But when you're dealing with a situation where people are ill or sick or in transition, going to the next world, or just needing relief from stress, you also need to be able to talk to them. Anyway, again, I veer off. I digress. So let's talk about belong. Maybe I'm not digressing. Sometimes I talk and find out that I'm on topic. So musically, this is in the key of E, but I have the capo on capo 2, and so I played in the key of D. It's a very simple song, just D, G, A, D, or E, A, B, E if you're in the key of E. It's basically and a minor chord, which would be probably an A minor in the key of E, and a B minor in what I'm playing here. So really 4 chords. Traditional 4-chord song is very acceptable, very soothing. Many songs are written in those 4 chords. So musically speaking, that's what's going on here. I'm finger picking. I do finger style picking. I use a thumb pick. Use my fingers, finger style picking. And left hand is just playing regular chords. So now let's take a look at the song and see what's going on. The backstory to this song is that when I wrote it, my son, I believe, was in 4th or 5th grade, 2002, and they would, in that grade, have animals in the classroom and learn about animal life and taking care of animals. At the end of the year, the children got to take home, whoever wanted to, some of the animals, and this happened to be a chameleon. So my son got to take home the chameleon, and I had no idea. We put it in the terrarium, we kept it warm, whatever, but I didn't know that you had to feed it live crickets. So one a day or whatever, I don't know, instead of going to the pet shop to get the live crickets every day, I would buy like about 15 or 20 of them in one shot, stick them all in the terrarium, and let the chameleon go at it when he was hungry. But what happened was that the house became full of cricket songs, crickets chirping all the time. And at first it was like very noisy, but after a while I got very used to it, and it was very soothing to hear the crickets. As the chameleon ate the crickets one by one, of course the noise lessened, the sound of their song became quieter and quieter until there was only one cricket left, and then I had to go out and buy more. But the sound of the crickets filled the house, and that was certainly a new experience for all of us, at least for me. So this song was basically born out of that experience of having the crickets in the home. So let's look at it line by line. The other thing, why is it called belong? Let's find out. Now the sun is rising in the east. Ever slowly I arise. Like today, I rose very early. Hopefully some of you are able to join me in the other countries because I'm doing this early at an earlier hour. Now the sun is rising in the east. Ever slowly I arise. From a peaceful slumber I have ceased. The daylight greets my eyes. I've darkened my room a little bit because it always has daylight coming in. Well, not always. At nighttime it does get dark, but there's lights anyway. In the quiet of the early morn, birds sing their early morning song, catching moments just as they are born. Yes, this is where I belong. If you're an early riser, you're going to hear that first bird singing. It's kind of amazing. I sometimes get up early, but usually I'm going to bed at that time. And when I hear the first bird chirping, I go, oh my, I've been up too late. I better get to bed. But sometimes I have to get up and go to work. So I do hear that one bird. There's one bird that starts the singing. And so, you hear it tweet, tweet, chirp, chirp, chirp. And then another one joins in, and soon all the birds are chirping. So like the crickets, the birds are singing their song, which is really, really cool. Good morning. So in the quiet of the early morn, birds sing their early morning song, catching those moments just as they are born. Yet, yes, this is where I belong. This is where I belong. I wrote this song in New Hampshire when I was living in New Hampshire. I have lived in a few countries. I grew up in Massachusetts and near Boston. I was born in Ohio. And I grew up in Massachusetts in a fairly good home, fairly good lifestyle. And yes, we had our issues and whatever, but my refuge was music. I would go in and learn music. It was sort of a suburban area. So we had a house with land and whatever. The next country I ended up in was Israel. Very completely different kind of a environment. Middle East. And very active, very chaotic, things happening all the time, never a dull moment, I used to say. Always something in Israel, and that's where I actually became the musician I am today. I came out of the closet. I was a closet musician before that, learning, discovering the guitar, playing songs, and really kind of being very shy. And when I went to Israel in 1976, I fell into what we call the Anglo musicians community, and came out of the closet, became an active performing musician, teacher, and eventually songwriter or songcatcher. The songs just started to come to me, and it was just many of the songs are from that time period. I also got married, had children, raised children. Children are grown now, and I'm back to being a single person, so I have time. And Songcatching, I will say this every session, because this is about songwriting, Songcatching. The American Indian, Native American poet, Arlie Nakasi, I have his name I'll have his connection, his link in the box. I found a poem by him which introduced me to the concept of songcatching, that the songs are out there wherever you want to call that, in the energetic place, and they come to us, and it's our job to receive them, to catch them, and bring them out to this world. So that's what, to me, songwriting is about, because some songs I say I wrote. Probably this one I could say partially was written by me, but partially also caught and captured and then sent out. So that's what songwriting is to me. You capture the songs, and they're out there. You capture, and this one says catching moments just as they are born. Life is full of moments. Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, I believe, said, or somebody said, catch the moments, grab onto a moment, a positive, happy moment, a joyous moment. If you're not feeling happy, or just remember that moment, capture the moment. Life is full of moments that are born and then, they're gone. They're not gone, they just pass. And if you can hold on to them, we can remember a good life. So, catching moments is just as they are born. Yes, this is where I belong. I'll talk about belonging in a minute. And the wind whispers softly in my ear, telling stories only I can hear. Only I can hear. In these precious moments, everything just seems so clear. Yes, this is where I belong. This is where I belong. The wind whispers softly in my ear. In those precious moments, the stories, telling the stories only I can hear. I get these songs and sometimes I don't know what they really mean, so help me out here if you have an idea. If you have some ideas, what it means to you. Because I bring the song and present it to you, I share it with you, and it's going to mean something different to you. To me, this means, in my Jewish faith, the word for wind is ruach. Ruach means wind. It also means spirit, source, God, whatever you want to call spirit. So when the wind whispers in your ear, telling you stories that only I can hear, stories that are relevant to me in particular, when you sing this, there'll be stories that are relevant to you in particular. Messages, life, wisdom, whatever, those stories come in. Those precious moments, everything just seems so clear. Have you ever had moments of clarity? Moments of clarity? Wow. When I get those moments of clarity, I am so happy. It's like doing a light bulb goes off, Wow, I get it. I understand. Oh, wow, I get life, the world, I get everything. Everything just is right there. I get it. I understand it. Those moments, precious moments, that's where I belong. That's where I belong. Now the sun is setting in the west. The sky is turning deeper shades of blue. From the hustle bustle I can rest and sing this loving song to you. The sun, you have a day. I woke up in the morning, sun rose. I had a nice peaceful slumber. I had some quiet time in the morning. I had some messages, some prayer, maybe, whatever it is that comes to you. And now I went through the day. The day was a bit chaotic or not, whatever, the hustle bustle. Whatever it is, the daytime is always much busier than the nighttime, at least in my world. And that's why I always chose to live in the nighttime. Because the nighttime is much more relaxing, much more calm, and much more creative energy to me. I don't know, for everybody it's different. I have a friend who wakes up early in the morning at 4 o'clock to have those 1 or 2 hours before everybody gets up to herself and have that creative time. So who knows, everybody is different. What's your creative time? When do you live? When is the least chaotic time for you and the most creative time for you? That's what I'm asking. Which part of the day, which part of the night do you belong in? So, from the hustle bustle I can rest and sing this loving song to you. It's a loving song. It's like a lullaby almost. So, I appreciate that. I'm grateful for having received this song. The sun is setting in the west where I was living. I guess it was the west. I don't know where it is here in South Korea. And the sky is turning deeper shades of blue. You know how sunset, oh, sunrise and sunset are such special times. We talked about the moments being born. Those are moments of transition, and I talked about transition. Moments of transition. The dawn, the dusk, when the day changes to night and the night changes to day. It's precious, it's special, those are the moments that you can capture. And which one is your creative time? Which one gives you the energy? Which one speaks to you? For me, it's the evening as things are quieting down. So that's, as I said already, I'm repeating myself. My kids always said, you always say things twice. So I repeat them. I'm just giving you things to think about and things that I'm thinking about off the top of my head as I go through this song. So there's a little interlude. And then the last verse. How was this song born? From the crickets, from the chameleon. We come around back to that story that I started with. The story of the crickets, the chameleon that my son brought home, and we had to feed it crickets, the songs that they sung in the house, filling the house with cricket song, crickets chirping softly everywhere. Oh, how I love their song. I breathe the sweetness of the evening air. Yes, this is where I belong. Those crickets. If you hear one cricket, you're like, where is it? You can't find it. You hear a bunch of crickets, you're like, oh my goodness, what's going on? I also once was in Ohio visiting a friend of mine, and we were sitting outside in the locusts. It was locust season, and when you hear locusts, they have a song that comes in like waves, and then it goes away. And we wrote a song called Locust Lullaby, which turned into later, it was an instrumental, turned into Sabbath Peace. And you can find that on the album Tofa'ah and Sound Waves, I believe. If you go to my Bandcamp, by the way, rahelmusic.com, RAHEL music.com. If you go there, you can click on the links that will bring you to my Bandcamp site, and that's where you can download songs, hear songs, appreciate songs. If you download them, it's like giving me a tip, which we could use these days. Musicians are certainly hurting from COVID and Corona with all of that. So we've taken to online performances, online sharing. So if you have it in you to support the arts, give the gift of music, as they say, download an album, download a song, share it with your friends, download a few of them, send it off as gifts. There's nothing like the gift of music. I mean, that's a cliche that was out there, give the gift of music, but it certainly is relevant and helpful. So I breathe the sweetness of the evening air. Yes, this is where I belong. Let's talk about belonging for a moment. When I wrote this song, as I started to say, I lived in a few countries. I grew up in America. I lived then in Israel for 22 years. My life goes in sort of periods of time of 22s and 11s. That's my number, I guess. Almost 22, I went to Israel. When I was 44, I went back to America. When I was 20, I kind of broke the cycle a little bit, and I went traveling, and that's where I started off in 2018. I was a free woman again. No responsibilities. Nobody needed me, especially. My children grown up, taking care of themselves, independent lives. And I love you, kids. I really do. I love you, kids, and miss you. Don't think that I don't. I do. Now I'm in South Korea. So I've lived in a few different countries. I've lived in the West, I've lived in the Middle East, and now I am living in Asia. I traveled through Europe, and I also spent time in South Africa, only 2 weeks, but it was amazing. Thank you, Future and Ame Vivani a cappella, for bringing me to South Africa. Joburg was the experience of a lifetime, and we're still friends, and we're going to get together again. I really believe we will. Music. Music, I think, is where I belong, because music has brought me to so many communities. Through music, I've been able to travel to all those places and get to know so many amazing people. The music did that. The music is the uniting force, the harmony in the world that brings us together. And as I said in the beginning, yes, there's language. You need language to communicate, but music is the universal language. And no matter what language you're singing in, I listen to music in all different languages. I don't know what they're saying. I live in South Korea. I don't know what anybody's saying. But when it comes to music, we all get it, no matter what's being said. So I have many instrumentals. There's a CD called Song of the Lark you can listen to. It's all instrumental flute and guitar music. Other CDs for children, other albums for everybody. So please go on my Bandcamp. But where do I belong? Well, honestly, I wake up every morning here in Korea and I go, I don't know what I'm doing here. Is this where I belong? Well, for right now, this is where I belong. When I grew up in America, that's where I belonged. There was community. I had friends. Then I went to Israel and I found a community there. I belonged there for those 22 years. That's where I belonged. And I hope to be back there. Yeah, I'm on my way back, believe it or not. I am going to end up in Israel, one way or another. But in the meantime, I went back to America. There was a community that I found there of musicians, wonderful musicians too, as well as good friends. Not everybody I know is a musician. Most of them are, but many of my good friends are not. I belong there. And now I'm here in South Korea, and this is where God put me now, so I belong here. I've found community. There are people who love me here. I'm doing wonderful things here. I've been accepted into this country with open arms and such wonderful people, loving acceptance. These are all loving communities, and if you can find your place in all of them, it's wonderful. So this song ended up being called Belong. And hi, how are you? Good to see you. And yeah, my Korean people, somebody out there in South Africa watching, yay. People in America watching. So wherever you happen to be, I'm really grateful that you're watching, and I hope you're learning something or gaining something, whatever here. Naturally, I'm a born teacher. I admit it. I'm a born educator. I'm really good at it. But I'm living a musical life in the process. Most of my teaching has been in early childhood education, but through music, doing musical things with them. You can see it all on my website, rahelmusic.com, rahelmusic.com. Please go there and find out more. There's a lot to learn there. I'm 66 years old on the 27th of this month, which is coming up soon, next week, actually. And my Hebrew birthday already passed, so I guess I'm 66. And it's a good age. Why not? So I guess there goes the 22 cycles, 22, 44, now I'm 66. We've hit the cycle of 22s. And I'm bringing you this songcatching, songwriting session number 3. So what else can I talk about? If you have any questions or any ideas, share your thoughts, please, with me, because I would love to hear how these songs reach you, or what's your life experience. Where do you belong in the world? What are you doing in the world? In Judaism, we have a belief that we are all little sparks. We're all little sparks. And every little spark needs to shine And every little spark is important in keeping this world together and being part of this world and creating this world, in taking part in this world. Don't feel that you're nothing. Everybody is important. I've had discussions like, the garbage man isn't important? Yes, the garbage man is totally important. Who would take your garbage otherwise? You know, what? Because they don't have an academic degree, they didn't go to school, that makes them not important? No, some of them, people are wise, they have wisdom, they have life experience, they have academic learning. It's all important. It all is where we belong. We belong together to create the whole, to create this world. So in light of what's going on in this world today, let's bring some harmony and unity into it. Let's bring a little love into it. I know it's kind of funny me talking about that. I know people say I complain a lot. People know that I vent a lot. People know that I am highly opinionated about certain subjects, but not about everything. Certain subjects that really are important to me. I do have my opinions, and so do you. And express them, why not? If you keep everything inside as a healer, as a clinical certified therapeutic musician, I know how important it is to be able to express your emotions, to get them out, to express your feelings, not to harm anybody, but just to get them out, because otherwise you're going to be sick. You'll be physically sick. That's a reality. That is a truth. It's been proven. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. So, I don't know how long I've been talking. How long I've been talking, I don't know. It usually says on Facebook, but I can't see it because I blocked it. So, again, I'm going to go back and sing this song, and I'll go out with this song. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. And later I will probably get back on again to sing, because now I feel like singing. But for now, this session is session number 3 of my Songcatching songwriting series. And you can find that on IGTV, Instagram TV. That's at Rahel in Korea, as one word, RAHELINKOREA, at Rahel in Korea. I'll put everything in the box. RahelMusic.com. Please visit. Please come and please come visit. Go to Bandcamp, listen to more music. So today it's been about the song called Belong. I'll sing it one more time. I like to begin with the song and end with the song. So I wish everybody a happy, happy day. One pastor told me, she said, don't have a good day, make a good day. So everybody make it a good day, make it a good night, whatever it is, wherever you belong, wherever you are living and thriving. So, okay, I'll stop talking now. Make a good day, everybody. Ever slowly I arise from a peaceful slumber. I have ceased. The daylight greets my eyes. In the quiet of the early morn, birds sing their early morning song, catching moments just as they are born. Yes, this is where I belong. And the wind whispers softly in my ear, telling stories only I can hear. In these precious moments, everything just seems so clear. Yes, this is where I seems so clear. Yes, this is where I belong. This is where I belong. Crickets chirping softly everywhere. Oh, how I love their song. I breathe the sweetness of the evening air. Yes, this is where I belong. And the wind whispers softly in my ear, telling stories only I can hear. In these precious moments, everything just seems so clear. Yes, this is where I belong. This is where I belong. Yes, this is where I belong. This is where I belong. Thank you for all the hearts, everybody. That's what we do in Korea. Like this too, right? Ooh, I like that one. You like that one? Send the love out, everybody. Send the music out. All right. That's it for session 3 of Songcatching series. You can find it on IGTV, Instagram TV. If you go to my Instagram, at the little @ sign, RAHELINKOREA, at Rahel in Korea, where you're watching now in Instagram and Facebook. If you go there, it's pretty cool. You'll find it there. It's also going to be, this will be uploaded on my YouTube channel, Rahel Sings, and click on my website, rahelmusic.com, and I hope to see you again. There'll be session number 4 coming up when I figure out which song I want to sing for that one, which one I want to share in these songcatching sessions. So I guess take care, everybody. Make a good day, and I'll see you in the next session. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh. Bye-bye, Facebook.